morning, students. Today we will discuss three theorems: superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, and Norton's theorem. So we will start with the first theorem, Norton's theorem. So this is the statement of Norton's theorem. See here. So Norton's theorem states that any network having a number of energy sources and resistances, when viewed from its output terminal A and B, as in figure A, see here, this is the network, the output terminals A and B. This whole network can be replaced by a simple equivalent network consisting of a single equivalent current source, ISC or IN. ISC stands for short circuit current or IN stands for Norton's current, in parallel with a single equivalent resistance R equivalent as shown in figure B. So Norton's theorem, again I repeat, so Norton's theorem states that this network can be replaced by a single equivalent current source, short circuit current source ISC, in parallel with the equivalent resistance, R equivalent resistance. Now we will see what is short circuit current and what is equivalent resistance. So short circuit current or IN stands for Norton's equivalent current source. The value of current source is equal to the current passing through the short circuit applied at the open output terminal A and B. Same way, R equivalent resistance across AB terminals when all the source is set to 0. So I repeat that in this network we can measure ISC by short circuiting the terminal AB and find the current. Same way, equivalent resistance is measured by considering the all sources reduced to 0 in this network. We will see the example. So basically, the application of this theorem is to determine the current in any element of the given network. So this theorem is used to determine current in any element of the given network. Consider this network. See here, R1, R2 and RL. RL stands for load resistance. This is the terminal AB. Okay. This is the voltage source E. Now, we draw the equivalent network, equivalent Norton's network of this network. Okay. So first of all, we have to measure the short circuit current. So for that, determination of ISC, for that we have to short the terminal AB and find the current flowing through that branch AB. This is the short circuit current. Okay. So here, this is the first step. Short that both ends A and B and find the current through that branch ISC. Okay. So ISC is basically, see, we can neglect this resistance. So here we can define ISC as E upon R1 because R2 is cancelled or omitted because it is in parallel with short circuit. Any resistance can be neglected when it is in parallel with the short circuit. So ISC is E by R1. This is the short circuit current or Norton's equivalent current. And for equivalent resistance or Norton's resistance, we have set all sources to 0. For that, we have to consider that voltage source replaced by short circuit. See in the above figure, this is our network. This voltage source can be short circuited and we have to measure resistance between terminal A and B. Okay, so for that we have this circuit. Here these both resistance are in parallel and we have to measure R equivalent from terminals AB. So basically R equivalent is R1 parallel R2. So R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Now we have two parameters, equivalent resistance and Norton's current ISC. Now we can draw the Norton's equivalent network as equivalent current source in parallel with equivalent resistance. Okay. Now, when we have removed that branch, now we can connect this load resistance across this. Okay. And finally, we can draw the circuit as short circuit current in parallel with equivalent resistance, and we have draw the load resistance, and this is the basically load current IL, and we can find IL by using current divider rule. IL equals to ISC into R equivalent upon R1 plus R equivalent. So this is the Norton's equivalent network of the above given network. Now we will discuss second theorem, Thevenin's theorem, and we will see how the Thevenin's network can be derived. Okay, so first of all, we will discuss about the statement. So here, Thevenin's theorem states that in any network having a number of energy sources and resistances, when viewed from its output terminals A and B, that can be replaced by simple equivalent network consisting of a single equivalent voltage source. VTH stands for Thevenin's voltage source in series with a single equivalent resistance RTH. See here, in Norton's equivalent network, we have find short circuit current, and we have draw the Norton's network by connecting the short circuit current source in parallel with the resistance. Here in case of Thevenin's theorem, this we have to find the equivalent voltage source, Thevenin's voltage source, in series with equivalent resistance RTH. Okay. So VTH stands for Thevenin's equivalent voltage source, or we can say that open circuit voltage across AB terminals. Same way, RTH stands for Thevenin's equivalent resistance across AB terminal when all sources reduced to 0. So RTH is similar to the R equivalent in Norton's, according to Norton's theorem. Okay, according to Norton network. Okay, now, see here. This is the network. If you want to convert that network into Thevenin's equivalent network, we can connect this Thevenin's voltage source in series with the Thevenin's equivalent resistance RTH. Okay. Application of this theorem is similar to the Norton's equivalent network, Norton's theorem, that it is used to determine the current in any element of the given network. Now again, we have taken the same circuit diagram, same network as we have discussed in Norton's theorem. We will convert that network into appropriate Thevenin's equivalent network. So first of all, we have to measure VTH. VTH is Thevenin's voltage source or open circuit voltage between terminal A and B. So we have to open that terminal A and B, and we can draw the network again. See here, by open circuiting the terminals AB, and we have to find VTH here. Okay, so VTH is nothing but the voltage across AB terminal is I into R2. So for that we have to measure I. So what is I? I is equals to current through the resistance R2. Okay. So I is equal to E by R1 plus R2. So finally we have VTH equals to I into R2, E by R1 plus R2 into R2. Similarly, we can find the equivalent resistance, same as in we have discussed in Norton's theorem. We have to short circuit that voltage source and measure the resistance between terminal A and B. So R equivalent equals to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2 because both the resistance are in parallel. So we have Thevenin's equivalent resistance RTH as R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. This is Thevenin's equivalent resistance. Now replace the entire network with VTH in series with RTH. So this is the step 3. Okay. And now we connect the load resistance which we have already removed, and we want to find the current through that branch. So we connect that removed resistance, load resistance, and draw the figure again. So this is VTH in series with RTH, and this is the load resistance. Now we can find easily IL as current flowing through the load resistance as IL equals to VTH upon RTH plus RL. Okay. So Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem are used to find current through any branch of a network. Now the last theorem is superposition theorem. Okay. So superposition theorem is used to solve electric circuit which have many more than one source. This theorem is applicable to only linear circuit. It is not applicable to the circuit which have non-linear elements like diodes, transistors, etc. So first of all, we will see the statement of superposition theorem. See here. In any linear electrical network having more than one independent energy sources, the response in any branch, response means voltage across any branch or current through any branch. So the response in any branch is equal to the algebraic sum of all the responses due to each individual source acting alone with all other sources reduced to zero. Again, I repeat the statement of superposition theorem. So in any linear network having more than one independent energy sources, the response in any branch is equal to algebraic sum of all the responses due to each individual source acting alone with all other sources reduced to zero. Reducing a voltage source to zero means replacing it by a short circuit. Same way, reducing a current source to zero means replacing it by a open circuit. So it is important to note that superposition theorem is applicable only for the independent energy sources. Now we will see the explanation of superposition theorem by taking one example, one network. Here. To explain superposition theorem, let us find the current through 9 ohm resistance as in this circuit. So we have to find the current through that 9 ohm resistance using superposition theorem. So first of all, we have to find the current in 9 ohm resistance due to both that sources acting alone in a network. So first of all, we consider only 3 voltage source alone and replacing that current source, see here, by open circuit. So our network is now we will find the current through that 9 ohm resistance due to only 3 voltage source. The remaining source is open circuited because it is current source. Now the current through 9 ohm resistance is given by I9 dash equals to, so the current is total voltage is 3 upon total resistance is 6 plus 9. So I9 dash equal to 3 by 15 equal to 0.2 ampere from A to B. Now we will consider the second source and remove the 3 voltage source. Consider 2 ampere source alone. So in this circuit, we have considered only 2 ampere source and we have removed that voltage source. Voltage source is replaced by the short circuit, so we can short this branch. Okay, now we have to find the I9 double dash. This current flows due to only 2 ampere source. To find this current I9 double dash, we can use the current divider rule, as I9 double dash equals to total current 2 ampere into 6 ohm upon 6 plus 9. So I9 double dash equals to 0.8 ampere. So now, according to superposition theorem, the total current flowing through the I9 resistance is nothing but the algebraic sum of two currents here. So I9 equal to finally I9 dash plus I9 double dash equals to 0.2 plus 0.8 equals to 1 ampere. This is the explanation of superposition theorem. Again, I repeat important steps. For superposition theorem, you have to keep in mind that the current through any branch is equal to the algebraic sum of all the currents caused by individual sources acting in a circuit alone. Okay, so we have considered that network. We have find I9 dash using only this 3 voltage source, and this current source is open circuited. Then again we have find I9 double dash using only 2 ampere current source, and at that time we have short circuited this voltage source. Okay, so finally the current through the 9 ohm branch according to superposition theorem is I9 equals to I9 dash plus I9 double dash, and we will get the addition as I9 dash plus I9 double dash equals to 0.2 plus 0.8 equal to 1 ampere. So this is all about Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, and superposition theorem. Thank you.